Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. So today I'll be talking about the proper way to get proof of funds for your student visa. You know, proof of fund is one of the major things that the visa officers look at, and even your school look at before they deem you fit for, issuance of visa to come and study. For example, if you are going to the US now to study, you need to get your form I-20, right? Your I-20. And in order to get that I-20, you need to send your school proof of funds. So you have to do it the right way. If not, your I-20 will not be issued, or the visa officers will not give you a visa. Although proof of fund is not the only thing they look at, but it's one of the major things here. So one of the best ways to get proof of fund is by getting a fully funded scholarship. And how can you get a fully funded scholarship? When you're applying for any school, let's say you're applying to study in Europe or in US or Canada or anywhere, any part of the world, even Asian countries, you have to check if these schools have scholarship, if they offer scholarships. And you have to be sure that they offer scholarships to international students, because some schools just offer scholarship to their citizens, but they don't give to international students. So you have to make sure that these schools offer scholarship to international students, and you have to apply for the scholarship. So if you are awarded a scholarship, whether fully funded scholarship or partially funded scholarship, it can add to your proof of fund. Let's say you get a fully funded scholarship, you just use it as your proof of fund. Even if you get a partial scholarship, you can also use it as a proof of fund, but then you have to bring additional income to make it up. Yeah, so scholarship is one of the best ways to get proof of fund. And the second way to get proof of fund is from your parents. Let's say you are 20 years old, 16 years old, 18-year-old, 25 years old, and you're still depending on your parents and they want to send you abroad. Yeah, you can use your mommy's proof of fund or your daddy's you can use your mother's bank statement or your father's bank statement. You know, these visa officers, they are going to believe that this person is your mother or this person is your father, so it is their responsibility to train you, whether in Nigeria or in Ghana or abroad, overseas. So getting your parents' bank statements is one of the best ways. And some people make this error of getting bank statement from their uncles or their aunties or or even strangers, which is not really proper, because these white people, they don't think like us. Yeah, if you tell your fellow Nigerian or your fellow Ghanaian that your uncle is sponsoring you, they would believe it, right? But if you tell, let's say, a Canadian visa officer or a US visa officer or even a UK visa officer that your uncle is sponsoring you or your auntie is sponsoring you, they have a lot of questions running through their mind. They'll be like, would this your uncle leave his own children to come and be sponsoring you abroad? Or would this your auntie leave her own children to come and be sponsoring you abroad? Do you understand? So it does not really rhyme well for them. That's why when people use bank statement from their uncles or their aunties, they get denied, because these white people, they can't fathom how your uncle will be sponsoring you when your uncle should be sponsoring his own children. You know, like, they don't think like us, they reason differently. So it's better to always use your parents' bank statement. Yeah. Another good way of getting proof of fund is through loans. Although this is not really the best way, but it is one of the good ways. So let's say your parents cannot sponsor you, right? But your uncle or your auntie can sponsor you. Instead of you to get bank statement from your uncle or your auntie, it's better your uncle or your auntie give that money to your parents as loans. When they give your parents this money as loans, your parents put the money in their bank. So you now use your parents' bank statement to show as proof of fund. And if, let's say, the visa officers ask, okay, what does your parents do, or how did they get this money, and then you tell them, oh, they got it through loans. Another question would be, how will your parents pay back these loans, or how do you intend to pay back these loans? So you might have to, explain to them how you pay back this loan, because if you don't give them a proper explanation, it's going to be a problem. So if you want me to make a video on how you can explain to a visa officer on how you intend to pay back the loan given to you by your uncle or your auntie, or even loans given to you by all these organizations like maybe Empower or ProGD Funds, if you want me to make such videos, you should write it down in the comment section. If I can get up to maybe 10 comments that I should make videos on how to explain to visa officers on how you intend to pay back your loan, I will definitely make a video on that. Yeah. So yeah, getting loans, you can get loan from Empower, you can get loan from ProGD Funds, you can get loan from your own auntie, uncles, or even strangers, but then you have to be able to explain how you intend to pay back these loans, or how your parents intend to pay back these loans. And your explanation needs to make sense, if not your visa will be denied. Yeah. So another way of proving proof of funds, or giving a good proof of fund, is maybe through savings. Let's say you no longer depend on your parents, right? Let's say you're already 32, 35, 40 years old. You're no longer depending on your parents, and you're going abroad to study, and then you have your own savings, like you have some huge amount of money in the bank, and you want to use this money to pay for your masters, right? So you're going to use your own bank statement, that's your own personal bank account, to give to these people that, oh, this is my money and I intend to use it to pay my school fees. They're going to ask you, how were you able to save up this money? So you should be able to explain to them that, okay, after my BS, bachelor's degree, I started working so and so place, or I started a business, and I make this amount of money every month, and I save this amount of money every month. So from all this explanation, I make this amount of money, I save this amount of money every month, I was able to save this amount of money. From all this explanation, if it makes sense, they will be like, okay, yeah, this person really planned well towards his or her education. So they will believe you, and they will believe that this money is actually your own. You do not steal it or anything. So yeah, you're definitely going to grant you your visa. Mind you, proof of fund is not the only thing they look at. They look at other part of your application, but proof of fund contributes to like 50% of your application, if not 60%. So if you're able to get this out of the way, then every other thing will fall into place. Yeah. So that will be the end for how to prove that you have enough money to go abroad and study, whether for your BSc or your master's or even your PhD. Most of the time, PhD students get fully funded scholarships or graduate assistantships. Yeah, I have not really seen any PhD student that is paying for his or her own school fees. Most of them go on scholarships, graduate assistantship, teaching assistantship. So this proof of fund thing is mostly for bachelor's degree students and master's degree students. If you like my video, please keep tuning into this channel, and more educative videos will be popping up on this channel. And please try and share my video to your friends, share it on your social media platform and all over the world. Yeah, see you on my next video. Bye.